When it comes to 1,000-year door challenges, some of the most fun ones are the ones where you beat the Pit of 100 Trials way earlier in the game than intended. This endgame dungeon is meant to be played exactly when you think it is, the endgame, but you technically gain access to it immediately after unlocking Paper Mode in Hooktail's castle during Chapter 1. This means that in theory, you can beat Bonetail before ever fighting Hooktail. So with that, our challenge today is, can you beat Bonetail before Hooktail? And, well, yes. You can. I've even already done it on this channel before. In fact, I took the difficulty a step further and completed it during the prologue. But before you click away after this anticlimactic beginning, give me a moment to cook. The pre-Hooktail Pit of 100 Trials challenge holds a special place in my heart since it was the first challenge run I ever did of this game, probably about 8 years ago or so. I remember it took me hours of preparation, many tries, and was some of the most fun I've ever had in this game. And since all the challenges I've been doing in this game lately have been absolutely ridiculous, I decided I'd scale things back and have some actual fun playing this game for a change. This is also a great opportunity to introduce you guys to what I consider to be one of the best and most fun challenges for when you want a little bit more difficulty out of your 1,000-year door experience. I'm going to be approaching this from a bit of a tutorial angle so that you can learn the ins and outs of attempting a challenge like this in this game. I also thought this would be a super relevant one to tackle before the 1,000-year door remake comes out, because it's definitely one of the first challenges I want to try once that version is out. We aren't sure yet if Prologue Pit is going to be possible in the remake since it requires glitches or cheats to access, but pre-Hooktail should still be accessible unless they make any major changes that make it impossible to get to this earlier. So if you're excited to see this challenge in the remake, make sure you get subscribed because it's one of the many videos I already have planned once that game comes out. And in the meantime, let's take a look at pre-Hooktail Pit of 100 Trials in the OG 1,000-year door. Okay, and now here is as good a time as any to show this off. So, a member of the Bringle community, her name is Nixolotl on Discord, reached out to me recently and offered to create a custom model for my character in 1,000-year door, and it is complete, and we are able to show it now. So, I sneakily put in a gecko code into Dolphin Emulator that gives me the W emblem from the start of the run. Obviously, it's just cosmetic, so I'm not like cheating or anything. But we'll go ahead and put it on, W emblem, and then, let's see this. Dude, that looks fucking awesome. Oh my god. I haven't actually seen this yet, by the way. We're all looking at this for the first time together. That might be the coolest thing that I've ever seen. I'm Paper Mario. I'm the guy. I never thought in all my years that I would become Paper Mario. Yeah, so once again, huge shout outs to Nixolotl because this looks amazing and I absolutely love it. And also I should mention the design was inspired a little bit off of some lovely fan art that I got on Twitter recently from Sono Comics. So that's where we got the design for this. Obviously there was some stuff done to make it a little bit easier with the limitations of a GameCube game that's over 20 years old, but this looks amazing. I can't believe that I'm in 1,000-year door, and I feel like this is the perfect video to show this off for the first time. So we are going to be playing as Bringle for this video, which is absolutely mind-blowing. For any Pit of 100 Trials challenge, the preparation step is very important since you have to do the entire run from start to finish with no chances to restock your inventory or grab additional badges. So what I'm going to do to make this super easy to follow along with if you're actually doing that is just point out all the star pieces, badges, shine sprites, and items that I recommend you grab, and I'll present them in the order that they appear in the game. We're going to be playing right up until Hooktail, so there really isn't that much to get. For starters, the main area of Rogueport has 3 star pieces. There's one behind these boxes and barrels, one in the bandit's house in the back alley, and one on the roof of Zesty's house. The next area has 1 star piece in the back alley near where Darkly is. There's also this one behind this post near Dazzle, the star piece trader. After dealing with all the Goombas in the sewers, there's another star piece behind the giant block in this room. There's also a hidden block in the middle of the room with a pretty lucky, which is definitely worth grabbing since it is literally free. Beyond that, there's nothing else to grab in the prologue, so just keep playing the game normally and head into Petal Meadows. There's a star piece in this tree next to the pipe, and then there's the obvious close call badge in this block in the next area. And make sure you also grab this one in the background near the bridge switch. There's no star pieces in Petalburg that we can get right now, but right beyond the gate there's another one in this bush right here. There's actually quite a bit of a gap in star pieces right here once again, but there are a couple badges we can grab after dealing with the fuzzies. You can grab Happy Heart with Coops and Petal Meadows if you want, but that badge kinda sucks, so I didn't even bother grabbing it for myself. There's an HP plus underneath the broken bridge at the entrance to Hooktail's castle, and I would recommend grabbing it because it gives you some good flexibility to just spend your level ups on badge power and reassign your stats however you want. In the room after Red Bones, there's a star piece you can grab by riding the purple block up, and then another one across this gap from the yellow block. I was double checking the wiki to make sure I didn't miss any star pieces, and apparently the intended method to get this star piece is to drop down from the bridge above, but you can also just jump the gap with a surprisingly precise jump. The first Shine Sprite is also in this room, but it's pretty impossible to miss, so you probably didn't need me to tell you about it. The next star piece can be grabbed by heading right after hopping outside of the window on this bridge, and then the next Shine Sprite is once again pretty impossible to miss in the Miss Mouse room. Dropping down right here lets you grab a life shroom, which I definitely recommend grabbing since it's super strong and completely free. The final star piece in Hooktail's castle is found on this ledge in the top right of the room. And finally, you can climb to the top of the stairs right before the big locked door that leads outside and grab a third Shine Sprite. There's nothing else unlockable past this point, so this is as far as we're gonna go into Hooktail's castle. On the way back down, make sure to drop down and grab this last stand P since it's a pretty good badge. Now that we have paper mode and can turn sideways to slip through various crevices in the game, our next step is to stop by Petalburg again. Using paper mode, we now have access to the Mega Rush P badge in Mayor Kroop's backyard or side yard. It's in his fence here. This is the single most important and useful badge for this entire challenge. As most of you probably know, Mega Rush and Mega Rush P are badges that respectively give Mario or his partner 5 extra attack when they're at 1 HP. Given the fact that our characters have 2 attack, this is a pretty significant upgrade at this stage. You can't get Mega Rush for Mario until after finishing Chapter 1, so we'll have to settle for the partner version for now. This badge is so strong that some challenge runners of the game like to specifically exclude it from their pre-Hooktail pit runs, but in my opinion, it's the main difference between pre-Hooktail and prologue pit, so if you want the insane added difficulty of no Mega Rush P, you might as well just do prologue pit anyways. Now that we have paper mode, there's a couple more star pieces we can access back in Rogueport. Beating Gus and getting to East Rogueport lets you slip through these buildings and grab the star piece behind this barrel. There's also a star piece right by the stairs in the Pit of 100 Trials entrance room that we can grab, and a Shine Sprite on top of the airplane panel in the Thousand Year Door room. And so that's all the star pieces and Shine Sprites you're intended to be able to get up to this point. 4 Shine Sprites is enough to buy only 1 rank up for one of your partners, and 15 star pieces can definitely get you some pretty useful stuff. If you were to just roll with this, I'd recommend spending those star pieces on Quick Change and Flower Finder. Quick Change is going to pair super nicely with Mega Rush P as it allows us to keep one of our partners in peril, attack with them, and then swap them out to safety without wasting Mario's turn. Flower Finder is incredibly strong for this challenge also, as it will make it so that you regularly get 2 to 4 flower drops after every fight, allowing you to heal quite a bit of FP between level ups. Having more sustainable FP is going to be useful for spamming strong attacks, and that's important since our base attacks are still super weak at this point. And as for which partner to rank up, I'd say that pretty much objectively, Goombella is the best option for this context. It doubles her attack from 2 to 4, doubles her health from 10 to 20, and gives her access to Multi-Bonk. Multi-Bonk is actually stronger than Power Bounce at this point since she has more attack than Mario, and Power Bounce on its own is already one of the best attacks in the game, so you know Multi-Bonk's gotta be pretty amazing. And by comparison, Koops unlocks Shell Shield, which isn't all that useful, goes from 2 to 3 attack, and only gains 5 more health instead of 10. This isn't to say that he won't be useful, but just that upgrading him doesn't help as much as upgrading Goombella. In fact, he's just as important to this challenge as Goombella, and you'll see why once we get started. In terms of the badge shop, the main useful thing to buy here is Piercing Blow, but I would highly recommend picking up Last Stand for Mario as well. Now, I'd quickly like to cover an optional thing that can help make this challenge a bit easier, and of course that's going to be the infamous fish glitch. This glitch is a staple of speed runs, challenge runs, and overall shenanigans. It can be used a variety of ways throughout the game, but we're just going to focus on where it's useful for this run. Normally you aren't able to get past this big block in the blue pipe room until you get the super hammer in chapter 3, but we can exploit the the water hazard in this room to get around it. By taking the loading zone and then jumping into the water on the first frame that Mario is able to, he will not respawn where he last stood like he's supposed to, but instead will respawn in the middle of the room because the game can't set a respawn location for him on that single frame. This places Mario right on top of the block and lets you walk right to the other side of it. There's a shine sprite right here as well, giving us a total of 5, which is unfortunately still 1 short of ranking up Koops. There aren't any more that we're going to get, so he's going to have to remain unranked. Next, you'll need to perform the fish glitch a second time to get over the giant stone block. There's also an FP Plus badge up here, which is useful for the same reasons as HP Plus that I talked about earlier. Now, this glitch is fairly precise since it is frame perfect in a 60 FPS game, but I find that it's not actually quite as hard as you would think. You can save your game only a couple rooms away so that you don't have to walk very far to try again if you game over, and you could even bring some mushrooms from the shop to help you have access to more health when you have to do the second fish glitch. Doing this glitch isn't required to have a good shot at beating pre-Hooktail Pit, but this is a pretty fun one to try over and over, and it's super satisfying to get, so I would definitely encourage you to push through and make it happen. On the other side of the stone block, we can climb back up through the sewers to access West Rogueport early. You normally can't buy the contact lens for Zest Tea until after completing Chapter 1, so that's why we had to get here this way. Oh, and there's a star piece behind this little indent in the wall underground. Don't forget it like I did, otherwise you're gonna have to do the fish glitch 2 more times. There's 2 more star pieces in this side of the underground Rogueport town, one behind the post here and the other behind this fallen column. You can also grab Soft Stomp over here, but it's not a very useful attack. And finally, we can grab the last 3 star pieces that you can possibly access before Hooktail. One behind this pipe, one behind this wall, and one behind this trash can thing. That makes for a total of 21 star pieces that we can trade to Dazzle for this pit attempt. Like I already mentioned, Quick Change and Flower Finder are fantastic choices. My final recommendation would actually be Peekaboo, which lets you see every enemy's health without having to tattle them. Take it from somebody who does have the health of every enemy in this game memorized, it's still way easier to be able to see how much health they have so you don't have to track it in your head or even, God forbid, write it down. If you don't want to go that route, I suppose you could get a second Pretty Lucky, but I'm a pretty big Peekaboo defender. As for items, the way you load out your inventory is pretty dependent on how much you want to grind and your confidence level. If you want to make things fairly easy on yourself, you could grind 450 coins to buy 9 more life shrooms to go along with the one from Hooktail's castle, but that would take super long, so I definitely don't want to deal with it for myself here. One of the game's intended coin farming methods for early game is to buy Sleepy Sheeps in Rogueport and sell them at a 2 coin profit each in Petalburg. You can only make 20 coins per back and forth run, and that takes longer than you'd think, so it's pretty tedious. If you don't mind cheating a little bit and you're playing on Dolphin, then by far the fastest method would be to use save states to win 7s on the slot machine in the Pianta Parlor over and over. You can then buy Super Appeals for 34 Pianta coins and then sell them for 25 coins each at the Bad Shop. And if you don't want to deal with all this and don't want to go the extra life shroom route, then I would just recommend bringing a couple super shrooms and a few fire flowers that can help out in a pinch. I'd also recommend bringing a couple dried shrooms since they're able to heal your partner for 1 HP when they're dead, putting them in peril and letting them use Mega Rush P. Oh, and speaking of super appeals, I would highly recommend bringing 3 of them with you during your pre-Hooktail Pit run. This can be done by buying or earning Pianta coins from the slot machines, of course, and there is 1 for sale at the Bad Shop at this point in the game, meaning you only have to get 2 from the Pianta Parlor. Since the slot machines aren't random and you can actually learn to time your inputs for it, I practiced for a while until I was able to get 3 7s, and that was enough to buy my 2 super appeals. Normally, if I need to grind a lot, I do tend to use save states here since I'm a busy college student, but for the sake of this run and it being beginner friendly, I wanted to demonstrate that it's not too hard to do it legitimately. Equipping 3 super appeals will allow Mario to fully heal your star power in a single appeal, which is an important option to have available for Bonetail, but I'll explain more about that later. And so with all of that prep done, it's time to head into the Pit of 100 Trials. I know that was a lot of information to digest, but it only took me an hour and 15 minutes of playing the game to get to this point with all of these items, so it's totally attainable. And rather than continue with the voiceover, I'm gonna go ahead and let live commentary Bringle take the wheel since I think I did a good job explaining my thought processes and strategies as I went. The main thing you're gonna notice is that it helps a lot to practice your super guards, but realistically this challenge is pretty doable with minimal super guarding as long as you strategize properly. So, let's begin. Now, I'm going to use this guy immediately to knock Koops down to peril because that'll just be super useful. Except he's gonna go for Mr. Swag Bringle Man over there. F that. So gotta do a little bit of math here. But now if I don't block, he'll do 2 and knock me over and then do 3 on the next 2 hits, which is perfect for leaving Koops at 1. So now I don't want to block. Unless he goes for Bringle over there. Can't call him Mario, don't want to dead name him. Good. So that does 2. And now hit Koops again. Good. And now hit Koops one more time, please. Gorgeous. I'll swap him out just in case of any stage shenanigans. Don't want to be dealing with any of that. And now Goombella actually does 4 also because we ranked her up, which is fantastic. And that sets us up for success on the first floor. And so now I'm actually gonna not do any of this action, and instead I'm going to have quick change and I guess last stand P in case anything slips through, not a big deal. Because now I'm able to freely alternate between Koops and Goombella. And so using that, we can just do a little bit of this. The Koops first strike is now phenomenal. And this is a good time for some Power Shell. That's such big damage to be doing during Chapter 1. It's gorgeous. Super Guard. And see, the Super Guards this early in the pit aren't that important either, because you can just defend, like, especially these guys who only have 1 attack. You could just defend them and it's not a big deal. But I feel like the early levels of the pit where the stakes aren't too high is a good place to practice your Super Guards. Okay, and this right here is very important. So the hearts that drop after battles right here, they will heal both Mario and whichever partner you have out. So if you have a partner set up in peril, you do not want to have them out when you pick up a heart. So I can safely pick this up and heal Mario, which is great. And that keeps Koops down at 1 health, which is also great, of course. This guy I'll just first strike with the hammer because it'll kill him anyway. Let's see, now I can just pop over to Koops. Delete this guy off the face of the planet. Yeah, especially with Peril Koops, but even without, the beginning of the pit is pretty smooth sailing. I mean, you could use Sweet Treat even if you wanted to like keep yourself topped up, but I'm doing fine, so I'm not going to worry about that. Because the nice thing about early game pit challenges is that the level ups start to pour in pretty quickly. Like, I was almost at 0 XP, and this is still, like, I'm already over 60 now. So, like, you don't have to go that long between heals at any point, really, which is very, very nice. This is just such a fun challenge. I love pre-Hooktail Pit. This is the first one I ever did. So it's like kind of nostalgic to go back to it. And it's like still a good level of challenge and planning without being ridiculous like Prologue Pit is. So I do quite like this one. Yeah, I'm pretty quickly going to want some more FP here, especially once I get Fire Drive. Because then Mario's going to be able to do a lot of damage too. But it doesn't quite reach the bang for the buck of Power Shell, except against really high defense enemies. So he's got a Fuego Flower, but that doesn't matter. I can just play it safe and bring Goombella out anyway. Super Guard that. See, I'm already like 1 battle away from a level up. It's beautiful. Oh, and he dropped the Fire Flower. Nice. Alright, so we'll grab EP Stomp. Not that useful of a move, but free shit's free shit. And I'll keep blasting through. Once again, the Paraglumbas are a good opportunity for Koops to flex his big muscles. Yeah, so you really want to make sure also to not level up while Koops is out. That's one of the limitations of Peril Partners. Is there a win button until you get to a battle where you're going to level up? Boom. Turn 1 kill. So do I want FP or do I want badge power? Honestly, I think, especially when you have an HP plus and an FP plus, which you get access to at this point, you kind of just want to go badge power and you can shuffle your stats around as you see fit rather than being locked into one configuration. Do I want to do that? I'm going to go Peekaboo though. I'll go Peekaboo and I don't know, none of this is that important. I'll go Last Stand just in case Mario happens to get low, which I would never let happen to him, obviously. Yeah, these guys already give 5 each. God, I love doing early game pit. The XP is just so satisfying. Yeah, you could have either used a Power Shell here or a Power Smash or 2, but I'm just going to use Super Guards because I'm a gamer. Yeah, you can also like build Mario more defensively here. Like you could do HP instead of the badge power I've already done. But honestly, I think it is like safer, even if you're not good at super guards or anything, to still at least start with the 9 badge power so you can use quick change and Mega Rush P. Because that makes it so you don't even need to worry about surviving, because you can just delete your enemies before they even actually damage you. But then the next level up, like going up to 12 badge power, you could maybe do health if you're less comfortable with super guards. Another good power shell moment. Yeah, I really want more FP. Yeah, honestly, the degree of like managing your party that this adds is actually like a pretty fun reason to use Mega Rush P. I know that like some people don't like that it makes it easier, but I just really like when you get to do management in and out of battle in order to complete the challenge. Super guard. Yeah, also up to this point, using normal guards is still plenty to prevent most of the damage these guys would do to you. Piters we unfortunately can't reach with Koops, but actually, and I didn't know this for a long time, if you're precise about it, not super precise, but kind of precise, you can at least get a jump first strike on them. You know, I'm going to be greedy and just use the power shell. I could save it for a more useful encounter to use it on, but I don't care. There are scenarios you can get in where you kill the enemy and the heart lands right on you and there's nothing you can do about it. But, I mean, that doesn't happen very much, so it's not actually worth worrying about, but it is funny. Peril Goombella is also definitely very strong, but she's not really as useful early on as Koops is, because Koops' first strike makes a big difference. Obviously, especially with 2 bonks, Goombella will do twice as much damage as Koops. But his first strike is what makes him the useful one early on. And the fact that Goombella has more health since she's the best choice to rank up also makes it so that she's a good tank. Another Bringle level up. The thumbs up also looks sick. Like, he's such a cute little guy. Alright, so I will finally grab some FP. So now instead of using 1 power shell, I can now do 3 every time my FP is filled up, which is a huge upgrade. Knock this guy down. Alright, and that brings us to floor 20, where you get Fire Drive, which is the most important badge in both pre-Hooktail Pit and Prologue Pit. Fire Drive is so useful. It is like pretty much the main strategy in like the last 30-ish floors of the pit. But for right now, Koops is kind of still to play just because he has really good DPS and it's just a little bit cheaper. But Fire Drive is also solid. Especially if you're not using Mega Rush, then you want to immediately put Fire Drive to work. But in this case, I want to have fun playing the game, so I am just using Mega Rush. See, like, Bandits getting deleted by Koops is also very nice. There's no downsides. Man, rolling 5 Bandits is actually like a rough encounter. I mean, it would be if I didn't have Power Shell, but like if you weren't using Mega Rush there, you would need to Fire Drive a couple times and get some good guards. Otherwise, you could get very easily looped in that battle there. Getting the Koops first strike on Lakitu is nice because you can't hit him with Koops in the battle. Go ahead and take that guy out. Pop Goombella in to keep Koops safe, and then I will jump on the Lakitu. Yeah, I find Lakitu's attacks just like super easy to hit the super guard for. Like, there's such a strong visual cue for it. It takes forever to fly to you, and you just hit the button and like exactly when it touches Mario. It's so easy to do. Yeah, I'm actually like kind of tearing through this at a pretty reasonable pace, like regardless of the fact that I'm chapter 1. Ooh, my first mover. You know what, for the sake of making this challenge that's probably a little bit below my level harder, I'm just gonna ignore the mover. If you're doing this and you're like new to challenge running this game, don't ignore the movers. The movers kind of help you get through these like not so important floors, especially, and just make the thing take less long overall. But I am a bit of a gaming masochist, so I will ignore them. God, the booze gives so many star points. I'm already back up to 84. Yeah, the amount of time you wait to upgrade Mario's health kind of just depends on how comfortable you are with super guards. Because if you're pretty good at them, you really don't need to upgrade his health for a little bit, because you can just instead focus your stats on offense. And even then, like, I've barely even been attacked. Oh no, I was talking and I accidentally leveled Coops up. That's actually so stupid. Okay, so don't be like me. Don't be an idiot. I'll go badge power again. And then I will have to get Coops knocked back down to peril, because now he's just like not very useful. So here, this is perfect. So now he'll just uncurl, then the 2 bob-bombs will attack. For 1. Alright, we're so back. Now I can just remove them from existence. Okay, let's not blunder like that again. That was kind of embarrassing, not gonna lie. Oh my god, another mover on floor 32. Floor 30, comma 2. Obviously, this is not floor 32, it's floor 30. So Zap Tap is another very, very useful one to have. Not really right now, once again, but it will be later. Also, I'm going to take off Fire Drive and put on Flower Finder, because I'm just going to keep tearing through using Coops. So this is a good time to buy, like, a backup Thunder Rage. Oh, well, it would be if I had inventory. Here, I'm just going to use my Honey Syrup. Thunder Rage is very useful to have as a backup, so I will take one. They're pretty useful to have in a pinch. I would definitely recommend grabbing some if you find him early enough that you can afford them. Although, make sure you save some money for movers, because movers are far more useful than Thunder Rages. Movers, you can pay 30 coins to essentially beat 5 battles, versus with Thunder Rages, you're paying like 80 coins to help you with 1 battle, not even beat it fully. Alright, so let's beat this and then observe the power of Flower Finder. Look at that, I got paid back. And then I'm just going to ignore those hearts completely because I'm fully healed. But yeah, Flower Finder makes it a lot easier to spam your attacks, because I just used Power Shell for free on that fight, meaning I just got a completely free screen wipe. All right, I'm going to play a little risky here. I'm going to knock this guy down. Wow, I can't believe I missed that super guard. I can't believe I missed it twice. I'm such an idiot. Okay. Okay, so now everything can only attack the front slot, so I'm safe to knock this guy over, deal 1 damage, and now I will swap to Coops and Power Shell. And then I just need to super guard 1 of these. Oh my god, I can't believe I missed 3 super guards in this stupid ass fight. I'm so dumb. But that does show that even if you're not good at super guards, you can still do pretty decent in this. See, and now is kind of a good time when offensively you're doing pretty well to go ahead and upgrade HP. I'm not going to be greedy for this. I want to try to get through without using my life shroom at all, because like usually you'd want to go for probably like 40 or 50 health like total in this, because that gives you a pretty good cushion against Bonetail. 2 of these having earthquakes is gross. Wow. So if you get absolutely disgusting luck like that, that is a great time to use an item. I'm going to use a Fire Flower so that I don't waste my Thunder Rages. But god, 2 of them spawning with earthquakes is so bad, because you can't block items, so that's 10 damage to each of your characters if they both decide to use them. Alright, once again, I'm going to try to not be stupid and actually watch my star points this time. So I'm at 81, so I will need to make a judgment call whether or not I think I'll level up on the next fight. Or the next floor will be a mover that I'm going to once again ignore. Can't believe I've gotten 3 of them already. And that takes us to floor 40. This has been actually like super easy so far. So this is also a really good way to just demolish it late game, because you'll be even stronger. Okay, so I'll first strike with Coops, but obviously I don't want to finish this fight with him, or I'll get first struck. Oops. Okay, so this fight is a little bit of a task because of that spiky Parabuzzy back there. So that's a good option, or that's a good opportunity to use Thunder Rages or equip Zap Tap if you're not so good at Super Guards. I'm going to try to avoid using a Thunder Rage, but they're definitely one of the more difficult enemies at this stage just because of not being able to be hit with any of your normal attacks. Since I'm going to level up anyways, I might as well just use a multi-bonk. Mushroom Bingo. It's another thing that you want to avoid when you have a peril partner out. Thank you, game, for helping me demonstrate that. Yeah, I like to stick to super guarding the spiky Parabuzzy because it's a pretty easy one to hit. You have to pay attention to how the camera moves when he's about to attack, though. Because depending on how the camera moves after he starts swooping, that affects which character he's gonna target. So like that time the camera didn't zoom out, so he was going for Goombella, but I still missed it like an idiot. But scenarios like this are really good to practice your super guards because we know we're gonna level up here anyways. Oh, a coin? Wait, that's actually kind of beautiful. He gave me 64 coins. Nintendo 64 confirmed. And the guy's dead. Glorious day. All right, 20 health is a nice number. I'll probably put him there and leave him there for a little bit. I definitely want more FP because once I start needing to use fire drives more, it'll help. And now bulky bob-ombs you can kill with fire drive. You just take 2 damage per bulky bob-omb you kill. But if you use Peril Coops, they will die in 1 hit and you won't take any damage. So these poison pokies can't quite be killed with 1 power shell. But I can get them down to 1 and then finish this with hammer and then hopefully super guard them. If I can super guard both, I get a turn 1 kill. I hate when it goes for the back character. It f***s me up so bad. I always assume it's going to go for the front character instead of the back, but there's really no visual cue other than the slight variation in height between the 2 options. Because like Goombella is a little bit shorter, but it's like pretty much impossible to tell and react in time. So I always just kind of super guard assuming they're gonna attack the front, and that's how I time my button. And if they attack the back, I just miss. But that's why we have some more health, so I can tank stuff like that if necessary. Just gonna let the front one be. Just hope he doesn't kill Coops. I like being a little risky sometimes. It makes it exciting. God damn it, what a stupid ass game. And by a stupid ass game, I mean a stupid ass player. There's nothing wrong with the game. That was exactly what I was talking about not wanting to happen. Oh well. That ate my life shroom also, but that's actually fine with me because I didn't want to be life shroom dependent anyways. So here, how much damage do they do to Coops? 3. That's actually like perfect. That will get him back into peril pretty quickly. So now I will kill this back one. What a waste of a life shroom. Oh wait, I have last stand on, damn it. That's actually annoying as hell. Okay, so now if I defend, I should only take 1. There we go, now he's back in peril. Okay, well, slight hiccup, but now we don't have to worry about my life shroom actually being consequential or not. Because this means you could very easily do this without a life shroom. And I think me making mistakes also helps make this challenge look more realistic. These movers are crazy. This is number 6. I don't want them. I haven't used them. Stop showing up. Yeah, the mistakes I make, though, make this, like, feel more realistic. So it's not like, oh, well, yeah, of course he's having an easy time with it. He plays Thousand Year Door, like, full time, basically. Like, no, this is still something that, like, anybody could do, I think. Peril Coops is also very, very nice against the lava bubbles. There's kind of no other great way to deal with them. So having him at your disposal is very useful there. Like, you can hit them with regular shell tosses and hammer attacks, but it takes forever. I mean, when I find the flowers, call me a flower finder. Oh boy, more spiky Parabuzzies. I'm tempted to use my safety Thunder Rages again, but I don't think I actually need it. I'll just be a man in Super Guard. Especially when they're in the back slot, you get a lot of time to react to their attacks, which is nice. Once again, use Defend and regular guards and Zap Tap here if you're not able to consistently hit these. But I would definitely learn it. It's a very useful one, especially if you want to do any other different challenge runs of the game. Like, these guys always end up being a problem. No, I missed one. That took my perfect Super Guard record in this fight away from me. Oh, invisible Bringle! Alright, and now that guy is dead. And here we are at the halfway point. So that gives me the strange sack. And now let's keep going. So this would honestly be a decent time to get Goombella in peril. But you kind of don't want to have 2 peril partners at once, because then if one of them goes down, you don't really have like a defensive option or anything. Alright, Badge Bandits can be quite problematic. So this is where, like, you can either use another Fire Drive or use a Safety Thunder Rage, but of course I'll go for Fire Drive. Okay, so he did steal my quick change, but in the pit, whenever a badge bandit dies, they will drop your badge after the fight again, so at least it's back. So yeah, let's definitely make sure we grab that. It's kind of important to the plan. Badge bandits are definitely up there with being one of the more problematic enemies in this challenge. I'm just going to go ahead and use a fire drive there because I have enough for a power shell in the next fight, and then I'll level anyway, so that's all I need. I have enough for 2 power shells in the next fight, I should say, because Flower Finder is the love of my life. Okay, so 4 ice puffs can be a bit annoying because not all of them will float down. But in this case, I did get a lot of damage on a bunch of them, and I do have an extra fire flower, which I got as a drop, but you could also bring some with you or buy that from Charlieton, and it definitely helps out a lot. It. Mystery. Give me a Thunder Rage or a Shooting Star and just make this easy. Come on, I dare you. Oh, yay. So useful. Awesome. Okay, well, I didn't even manage to normal guard it, which is what I was trying to do, by the way. I'm not a greedy fool. But, oh well. These guys are so annoying to deal with. Just gonna defend again and hopefully actually normally guard it. Close enough. That will do. I'll level up. Yeah, dealing with freeze status and especially time stop status is like the worst thing that you can encounter in this challenge. Freeze isn't so bad because from ice puffs it doesn't last very long. But if an enemy has a stopwatch, you should panic. That is my recommendation for what you should do. I haven't even used a single sweet treat yet. We're just cruising. Which is good because Sweet Treat's animation takes forever and really starts to add up after a bit. I'm gonna go, since I have a lot of inventory and it's a little more cost effective, I'm gonna go for some safety fire flowers. Just good backups in case things go south. And then once again, if you're using movers, which I recommend if you're not trying to be a stupid YouTuber that does silly little videos, save a little bit of money for those. Okay, so these guys are a little bit of a difficulty jump. Like, this whole level right here is just where things get a lot more real. Like, I'm going to start using multi-bonks so I don't have to deal with as many turns from these guys. Just normal hammer this guy for now. So little damage to do against him. Super guard those. This is where it starts to matter a lot more to be up on your super guarding, because these things, the damage can rack up very quickly. Although if I were you and wasn't quite as good at it, I would definitely focus HP more instead of FP. Okay, I'm going to defend there because I just did some math in my head. I don't think I'll level up from this, but in case this guy gives a lot, I want to attack with Coops first and then swap him out so I can finish him with Hammer this turn. If I had hammered last turn, then Coops would have killed him. I don't think I'm even going to level, but no. Okay. Oh, I was close, though, so I was right to look out for it because I have 99. Okay, dry bones aren't too hard to deal with because fire drive can help a lot against them. In fact, I'm going to lead with a fire drive here because this will eliminate the dry bones instead of knocking him down, which is always nice. Then I'll play it safe, not have Coops out, because I don't want him to spear throw at the back slot and me miss the super guard. I'm deciding to play not greedy for once in my life. Slap him with another shell toss. I'll pull Coops back to safety. Fire drive. Just because I can fire drive him because I have so much FP left. And I'm going to level up so I can just spend all of it. Finish him off. Okay, now, once again, for the purpose of not being greedy, I will upgrade HP. I like to live dangerously sometimes, but also when the goal is to, like, show, you know, how far I've come in challenge running and how this one's, like, not too hard for me. I don't want to be greedy and lose, because that would be way more embarrassing than playing safely is. Dude, this is number 7. We're on floor 63. I guess you do encounter a lot of them when you're not using them because there's more floors total. But I feel like 7 is pretty ridiculous also. 3 Dark Craws on its own is a toxic encounter to get. But giving one of them a life shroom is even more disgusting. I'm gonna fire drive him for the chip damage. I don't even care. I'll sweet treat if I want more FP. Okay, that's actually fine. Okay, you know, that's actually okay, because the first strike mostly negated that. And now with a regular hammer, even if I don't hit a single super guard, they're still all gonna burn to death. So it's over this turn no matter what. But, of course, super guard sweep, and they burn to death. Ooh, yeah, this is definitely one of the more difficult encounters that you could get. I'm actually a fucking legend at this game. That was crazy to get a single multi-bonk kill on. Ugh. Oh. Okay, we're gonna be that way. Okay, this is a good time for a safety Thunder Rage, just so you know. Yeah, that's a little bit better. And now, charged guy in the back. I can kill with this. It's pretty easy to hit the timings up to that point, so. No way. The bonus life shroom. I wasted the last one, so I guess I must leverage this one well. Except, honestly, all that the life shroom's probably going to do is exactly what it did before, where it just tanks my partner instead of Mario. Oh, wait, no. Okay, what I did there was specifically pressed the button when I could see the mushroom so that I knew I wasn't going to land on it. Because I did not want that to heal Koops there. All right, there's double dip P. Oh, God, he's got a stopwatch. That's cringe as hell. Okay, I think what I want to do to avoid... I need to avoid this stopwatch. This is a scenario you just don't want to find yourself in. Okay, I think I'm going to have to... I'm going to try to do this the cheap way first. So the obvious, like, easy solution is to use the booze sheet so that Mario can't get invisible or can't get time stopped. But if the Fright Mask scares away the one with the stopwatch, it's just, like, free. Yeah, I didn't think so, but it was worth a try. Okay, I'm just going to... Alright, you know, let's be a nerd. I'm going to optimize my turn order. I'll even get my first strike again just to really optimize this. Come over here. Wait, what? How did that not hit him? Okay, so yeah, he still has the stopwatch, so I'll do the free solution, which is the booze sheet. If you don't have something like this as a backup, you kind of just need to hope that you don't get screwed over, because they're going to freeze you for 3 turns every single time. I guarantee you, because that's just literally what it does. And honestly, maybe I should have just tanked it, because these guys aren't as strong as later enemies. But yeah, they're just going to obliterate her. So, oh wait, I can heal her with Sweet Treat though, and she won't be immobilized, and she'll have more health. So here's our first Sweet Treat of the pre-hook pit. Yeah, aim for Mario, you dickhead. Oh, that's the thing that I mentioned in the video, the obscure mechanics video, is that guy just used his confusion beam on me, but it only has a 50% chance to work even if you don't guard it. So he just lost the coin flip and didn't do anything to me. Yeah, absolutely make sure you have Peril Koops here, because it makes such a difference against these guys. And also, this is an area where I'm going to use my last safety Thunder Rage, because Confusion status, if you're unlucky, can ruin everything. You'd have to be pretty unlucky for it to actually screw you over, but I'm just not really in the business of getting screwed over. Also, yeah, these guys give a few star points. I would much rather not chance it, because I know that in my life, when I really push my luck, it really never works out for me, just as like a general rule. Super guard. Super guard. Oh man, he used it on the item one, so now there's no hope that I'm going to kill him before he gets to use his item. This fire drive will finish up the wizard. It's going to use shooting star as we expected. I think I'm going to level up from this fight. I hope so. I'm going to Sweet Treat just in case I don't. See, this might be a waste of time, but it also might not be, which makes it worth it. Okay, how many star points does this guy give? If it's at least 11... No, it's not. I'm not going to level here. That actually sucks. Okay, well, in that case, it's good that I used a sweet treat. Oh my god, there's mover number 8. So that is a lot. Now here's Bump Attack, which Bump Attack is really fun when you're playing the rest of the game after doing one of these early game pit challenges. Because keep in mind, I'm level 16, and I'm going to be like nearly 30 by the time it's over, probably. So it's pretty fun to have Bump Attack if you're finishing the rest of the game casually, which I usually don't bother to do because I've done it before. But like if this is your first time doing an early game pit challenge, definitely use Bump Attack. It's a lot of fun to just be able to walk into enemies that are intended for the chapter you're currently doing and just insta-kill them. Okay, these guys start to get pretty strong. This is where you really need to get your super guards on lock. Oh, fog. This is my first fog. Of course, he didn't miss. He missed. I actually don't want him to, because I'd rather just damage them. These guys are really easy to hit the timing for. Definitely, like, practice on this enemy earlier in the pit so you can be more confident against these guys. Because, like, the Spinias and Spanias in the beginning have the exact same timing. Dark Bristles are another enemy that Peril Coops absolutely shreds when there's like no other options for them, really. And to be fair, when I say shreds, I still mean he does pretty conservative damage, but it's better than nothing. Otherwise, you have to super guard these guys. Or use an item, of course. And this timing can be a little bit tricky. It's honestly later than you would expect. So I'll do another power shell, so that'll bring the back one to 1, meaning I can safely swap Coops out before my level up. Nice. And I will grab my 40 health and then probably call health good. I think that will be enough. I want a little bit more badge power so I can use Lucky Day, because Lucky Day is just ridiculously strong. Okay, Tarantulas are definitely the most problematic enemy that you can encounter in this section. Yeah, I'm kind of immune to damage, though, when I hit this many super guards. Let's do another power shell. Swap out. Jump on this guy. Oh, I actually don't want fog. No, I wanted to super guard that guy so I could kill him. Okay, I guess that will do. Bonk that guy. No, I was damageless up till this point. Oh, that's so sad. When the front slot Tarantula attacks your front slot character, it's really hard to time it right. Man, I was damageless for the first almost 3 floors of this section. Yeah, 4 Piranha Plants is like technically strong, but my group options against them are pretty good. Okay, I'm not even gonna fire drive. I'm just gonna super guard all of them. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. I can get a perfect kill on them with a power shell, and I still won't level up. I'm chilling. Little Bringle man is swagging out over there. I've already gotten used to him. He blends in so smoothly to this game, but I am playing as myself in Thousand Year Door, which is insane. So now I want it to kill Goombella. Okay, perfect. And there is a very particular reason for that. We are finally going to be swapping over from Peril Coops to Peril Goombella. So I will just let Coops level up this time. Actually, I'm not even going to level up here, am I? Okay, well, this is the scenario I'm talking about where you don't want 2 Peril partners, but it's okay because I'm cool with letting Coops level up. I think that I have actually a 100% success rate against everything except for Tarantulas in the 80s. Okay, I'm glad I didn't miss those 2 right there, right after saying that I was 100% successful against them. So now Coops will finally get to experience being healthy for the first time in a while. And that takes us to Lucky Day. Lucky Day is fantastic, of course. So now I have Lucky Day and Pretty Lucky on. And I still have Zap Tap, I forgot. I like kind of have everything on that could be useful. Okay, well I don't have like Power Bounce or whatever, but right now that's not useful. And actually Power Bounce is really not that useful for this in general. Koops barely does any damage to the Elite Wizards anyway, so having Peril Koops doesn't really matter here. And in fact, what matters far, far more is the fact that I can do this. 14 damage to the Poison Puff. And then my best source of damage against the Elite Wizard is going to be Fire Drive every single time. And then if Koops dies, that's kind of just a casualty of war. Now Goombella can bonk this guy and kill him. And now, honestly, like, it's not even worth it to use a Fire Drive against this guy. I'll use a Piercing Blow. Because look, he'll duplicate and then get burnt. I'm going to heal some FP and heal Koops up just for safety's sake. Alright, I'm going to start off with a multi-bonk on the Elite Wizard. It's actually kind of goated. And then Koops is going to level up anyway. This will kill him, but it just doesn't matter. That kills the wizard. I got lucky on it. Nice. Oh, that didn't kill Koops because last stand, so he has a moment to be in peril again, but he will get healed back up. I guess I'll just do more health. I don't think there's any reason to need more badge power for me, honestly. Okay, 5 Swampires is kind of the ideal encounter. So to make things a little bit easier in terms of how long this fight's gonna take, I'll take this guy out because he has a booze sheet. Although I'm sure those boos in the audience have other plans for me anyways. Koops is almost for sure gonna die. Oh, the fog's stupid. Oh, I have my luckies on. That's also a bad idea. You know, actually, I'm gonna run away and take my lucky badges off. Otherwise, this is going to take even longer to do the safe way. Although, as long as I'm able to swap between Koops, I can bring out Goombella and speed things up. Because it takes a long time to let these guys die via... Oh, shit. Okay, perfect. Just timed it when I saw the mushroom. It takes a long time to have these guys die just via zap tap damage in Mario's jump. Alright, and we win. So I can just finish him with Goombella because I'm not going to level up. Yeah, getting 5 Swampires is always the ideal solution. Because with Zap Tap on, there's no lose condition. You cannot lose the fight. Also, something that I don't know if I've ever seen anyone mention about this game. Look at this. I just super guarded him before the Zap Tap activated, which normally his attack doesn't happen when he first latches onto you, but for some reason you're able to do a different guard timing. It works with the normal guard also. I don't know why that is. That doesn't apply to fuzzies, which do a similar thing where they latch onto you and then damage you. It only applies to these guys. Like if I didn't super guard or guard, he would just take Zap Tap normally. And then this way, if I guard or super guard, he still just takes 1. Still haven't run into any Amazy Daisies. Watch, I'm going to get 2 of them here. Wait, no, I think it's only floor 98. You can get 2. Well, there's 1. I can actually kill it. I just realized. I have Peril Goombella. Easy game. And then I can just do this because I'm so going to level up from these guys. Nice. Oh, Koops is even going to survive. This game's easy. Okay, well, let's see if I have to deal with 5 wizards after all. There we go. There it is. This is the nightmare encounter, but honestly, under my conditions, it's not that bad. Because, like, Koops is probably going to die, but that's okay. Because I have so many options. I'll Fire Drive for this turn. Yeah, by Koops. Oh no, having 2 of them invisible is lagging my game. No, 3 of them are invisible. My emulator hates this. I'll use a Fire Drive just to damage the front one. Slow motion Fire Drive because my emulator is very unhappy right now. Slow motion makes that a little bit easier to time. I'm not trying to cheat. Ouch. Ouch, I'm so bad at it. Like, I'm still not close to dying, but I'm not close to dying because they're about to die and I'm gonna level up. But yeah, that's kind of why I call this the nightmare encounter. I super guard the tickle. Let's go ahead and fire drive so you can die this turn. And then we are done with 99 of the 100 trials. And if you're really lucky like I am, you get a level up right before doing Bonetail, and it just works out swimmingly. So what else can I equip that'll help me? Let's see. Zap Tap is totally useless. Last Stand is useful. Last Stand P is useful. Super Appeals are useful. Don't need any double dips. Put on Close Calls just so I can be extra lucky in case of emergencies. I guess I'll run Pity Flower. Like, it was kind of pointless to get this much more stuff anyway. I'll equip Power Smash and I'll equip Sleepy Stomp. It's absolutely useless against Bonetail, but it is funny, so why not? So one of the main plans of attack is going to be keeping Koops alive as long as possible so that Goombella is able to be swapped in and out freely. And then once Koops goes down, I just need to try to keep Goombella alive as long as I can. And then once all of that is up, it's up to Mario to spam Fire Drives and Sweet Treats. And then if you're really unlucky right here, you get an all bones audience, which I didn't. But if you do, that's where the super appeals come in extra handy. So we'll start right off with this. The longer we can keep using Goombella, the better, because it makes this fight so much less tedious. Go ahead and set Bonetail on fire. Perfect. That's a free turn of Goombella's life. Bring it back out. Multi-bonk. Oops. That's not ideal. Okay, well, I can use that random tasty tonic that I got at one point. Otherwise, I would just keep Koops out there and not worry about Mario too much because he has plenty of health, but I will go ahead and Sweet Treat just so Koops can stay alive. And then this should probably fill my star power all the way back up with a Stylish. She's in peril. Let's see, does it go all the way? It does, yeah. Go ahead and light him back on fire for that passive damage. Yeah, he didn't miss because of the fog. Of course he wouldn't, but... Okay, so the audience falling asleep isn't great, although I think as long as some of them are awake, it doesn't affect my moves. Even though it's foggy, I'm still going to try the multi-bonk. Yeah, naturally. That is how this game works. Now I can do a real multi-bonk again.
Wake the f*** up, guys. I got a bingo. Wake the f*** up. Good morning.
Alright, he has 9 health, but I'll play it safe. I'll let Koops live. He's lived the whole fight. I can't kill him off at the end. I love Koops. Koops is my f***ing homie. I can't do this to him. And now a regular head bonk will do the trick. There we go. Okay, that went really well. Honestly, it's a long fight, but especially in pre-Hooktail Pit and to an extent Prologue Pit, Bonetail's really not the issue. The issue is definitely, like, the 90s floors, most of all. Bonetail, as long as you don't get a Dull Bones audience, you can kind of just get into a rhythm of Sweet Treating and Fire Driving, even if your partner goes down. But in the case of pre-Hooktail Pit, I was able to keep my partners alive the whole time to make for a nice, fast, clean kill. And now I get return postage, and normally in these Pit of 100 Trials challenge videos, I end right after beating Bonetail, but given the title of this video, I feel like there's something that you guys might want to see, so let's do it. Okay, first of all, this might be something that you want to see. Bump attack action. One of the few times you actually get to see bump attack used, and I forgot that it actually does stack with Flower Finder. So I just got like so much FP from them. Alright, we'll just casually stroll on in here. And oh, what's this? Notice how Bringle doesn't look alarmed. He's still just smiling up at this big dragon. There's a reason, let me tell you. Bringle has no mortal fears. See, even when he appears angry, he still smiles, for he has no fear of this wench. That was actually a high cap power bounce. Or multi-bonk. Quick head bonk. Alright, there we go. That's what it looks like when you fight Hooktail after fighting Bonetail. I have 50 health when she only had 20. And the funny thing is you do not need to complete the Pit of 100 trials to be able to kill her that fast. You just need to rank up Goombella and grab Mega Rush P from Petalburg. And yeah, Hooktail's dead. Bonetail is dead and only Gloomtail remains, and I don't think I'm going to bother going through the save file to get to him, but you know. And just like I say every time, huge shoutouts to the Bringle member squad for supporting this channel and helping me make these videos every week. I couldn't do this without you guys. So if you want to get your name on the screen right here with all of these lovely people, as well as get early access to new videos and see some behind the scenes posts, then make sure you hit the join button on my channel page. And beyond that, of course, make sure you get subscribed and like the video and comment, because that stuff helps tell the YouTube algorithm that my videos are good and that lots of people should see them. So support me with that if you believe in the Bringle dream. Anyways, have a good one, guys.